What is up, you guys? Wonder Bro here. Storytelling is not the same as an intrusive thought. I did a video a while ago. You guys can check it out. It's called Thoughts versus Thinking, right? Because there's a problem going on in the mental health community. People are being told, do not suppress your thoughts, which is understandable. If you try not to think about something, you're already thinking about it. That's obvious. Don't think about a pink elephant, okay? You're already thinking about a pink elephant. However, that is so harmful in many different ways when it comes to the compulsion of rumination and problem solving and storytelling, which is indeed a compulsion. It is a problem because now people think that as they are actively storytelling and ruminating, that's okay. They just accept that. And then so it's 3 years later and they're still watching videos on the topic, what's going on? Obviously something isn't working here. Storytelling is not intrusive thoughts, okay? So I'm going to break it down to you like this. An intrusive thought lasts like a millisecond. You get the thought, will I hurt somebody? Like, let's say you have like harm OCD or something. Will I hurt somebody? That lasted like a millisecond. The big, long 6-hour story that followed that was not intrusive thoughts. That was storytelling. So the thought came in, will I hurt somebody? And then the person got involved in compulsive rumination. They got into their head, oh no, I don't think I'll hurt somebody, but if I did hurt somebody, then this is what I would do, or I won't hurt somebody because of A, B, and C. And then they start playing out this movie in their head of hurting somebody, or how they wouldn't hurt somebody, or how they'd never hurt somebody. And before you know it, they're trying to problem solve it, and here's why I wouldn't do it, and here's if I did it, here's how I could avoid doing it. And none of that was intrusive thoughts, right? That was all compulsive rumination and storytelling. The amygdala the whole time is just popping off, okay? So I do agree that you should accept intrusive thoughts. Obviously, you don't want to try to logic them away or fight with them away or argue with them. But the problem is that's great if you're doing that. However, there's other compulsions that exist, like rumination and storytelling and problem solving. If you are interacting with that thought in any other way other than just saying, hey, there was that thought, I'm not going to ruminate about it, and letting it go, even though if you might have to do that a lot, if you are interacting with that thought in any other way than that, right, you're probably doing some form of compulsion. Again, problem solving, ruminating, storytelling, okay? Throughout the years, I've always said in my videos that my two main keys are live your life as if you're already healed. Now that takes care of the physical compulsions, right? Live your life as if you're already healed. My second key is that no longer fighting with your intrusive thoughts. I used to call it no longer following your thoughts down the rabbit hole. There's many different ways that I've worded it over the years, but my second key there, no longer following your thoughts down the rabbit hole. So the thought comes, can I ever overcome anxiety? I'm just giving random examples. Can I ever overcome anxiety? And then the person spends 3 hours up in their head ruminating about that, storytelling, well, I can overcome anxiety because here's what I'll have to do, and here's what I need to do, and blah, 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 right? Compulsion, okay? And I'll give you an example to further prove my point and end this video here. A person is not going around all day long having the intrusive thought just rise up into their head, because that would sound like this. The person goes along with their day, and all day they're getting that intrusive thought that says, let's use health anxiety, that says, I might have a heart attack, I might have a heart attack, I might have a heart attack. Yes, they may get that thought frequently, but the problem is that's not what's happening all day long. They're getting that thought, I might get a heart attack, and then they're storytelling, ruminating, and trying to problem solve that thought for the next 6 hours. Okay? Yes, they might get the thought, I might have a heart attack, a handful of times that day. But all that other stuff of them getting involved with it and trying to logic it away and problem solving and storytelling and visualizing and doing all these things, right, with that thought, is something they are actively choosing to do. It is a compulsion. Now, how do you stop it then? Okay, rumination's been a big problem for me, Wonder Bro. I just realized that by watching your video. How do I stop it? It's not really a technique. It's just catching yourself in the act of doing it. Oh, I'm ruminating about that thought again, and then coming back to life. Rinse and repeat. Sometimes we call it non-engagement responses. I've given many examples of those, but really, it's not a technique. It's just the act of catching yourself doing something you're not supposed to be doing and saying, I'm not going to do that anymore, and then rinse and repeating that until it becomes a habit, right? So the reason I don't want to make it out like it's a big technique, I've probably said it was a technique in the past, I don't know, today we're going to word it like this. The reason in today's video I'm not calling it a technique is because I want people to understand that it's just something you're choosing to do, and you can make the choice not to do it. I read a good example once that said, if there was a difficult math problem in front of you that you didn't want to solve, you would just stop trying to solve it, and you'd walk away from that math problem. Doesn't mean the thoughts won't keep coming, doesn't mean the feelings won't keep coming, but when you catch yourself trying to solve it, or in storytelling, and you know, all these different things, just catch yourself in the act of doing that and decide to leave it alone. Right? The thought may revisit you, and pass up the temptation to ruminate again. It's all about just passing up that temptation and saying, okay, yeah, that thought just occurred. I'm not going to ruminate on that. So it's a big rinse and repeat process while you are living your life. All right, you guys, all these years I've said that. When a thought comes in, catch yourself wanting to give in and follow that thought and ruminate about that thought, say no thanks, and don't add to it, right? Don't add to it. So I hope this video clears it up even more. You know, we can talk about this topic a million different times in a million different ways, and we have. It can still come off as confusing to some people, so hopefully this helps. All right, I love you guys. I just had 2 spots open up for my weekly reoccurring sessions. If you want a more personal one-on-one approach, get you on the phone, I'll help you out, give you some coaching, just hit me up on any of the Vacate Fear social media. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Really helps with the algorithm. Comment down below, let me know how you've been, and for those of you who made it all the way to the end, let me know what your favorite ice cream flavor is. Mine is mint chocolate chip, which I know some people think that is a sin. I love you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, as always, stay awesome.